So today we're flipping back, playing some Bomberman today. I'm playing quite a bit of Death and Taxes recently. Don't know the last time I played this. Had to have been at least sometime in December, because I did the snow covered plane swap already. I think I streamed it like probably sometime last week, maybe the week before that. But anyway, I guess the week before that would not have been December. So yeah, I think I just streamed it like last Monday maybe. But I'm gonna play some more Bomberman today. Just kind of been feeling it. I was watching the LPL earlier today. I saw Julian chose Bomberman as one of his decks, so was inspired to stream it and wanted to send Julian some of my energy as well. Hopefully he can win his match. I know he already lost to Javier, but I think he's playing as Autumn now, and the winner between those two plays Javier in the finals, I believe. I'm not 100% sure the structure, but whatever. He's playing Bomberman. I'm playing Bomberman. Feeling good. Last time I was trying this deck for a while, and I was trying out some number of Karn Scion Urza in the Mystic Forge slot, or in two of the Mystic Forge slots, namely, as kind of a nod to Oko being a card that exists. If you play your Mystic Forge and you don't get a lot of value out of it, and then your opponent untaps and they just elk your Forge, that sucks a lot. So Karn Scion Urza has the ability to not get elked by Oko. Planeswalker creates like big blockers that can try to like brawl with some elks, that sort of thing. I was trying out. I was not impressed. I played a lot of, or maybe not a lot, but I played a decent number of leagues, both on and off stream, trying out Karn Scion Urza. Just like wasn't impressed. It didn't get like the tokens didn't get that large, and I think that in part is a feature of me not playing Ancient Dens. I don't think Ancient Den is correct still though, just due to like how horribly backbreaking stuff like Collector Roof and Null Rod are. I think like all the Delver decks are on Null Rods, and obviously Collector Roof not as much, but I think having like getting cut down to 4 colored sources after you get Null Rodded is really, really bad for you, especially because your plan post board, you're able to kill Null Rods with like Karn the Great Creator wishing for Glass Casket. Oop, I was free to turn down the volume. Or like being able to plow Collector Roofs, but you just like don't have the mana accessibility to really do that if you play a bunch of Ancient Dens and then get Null Rodded. So I'm not super interested in it. Maybe I still need to give it its fair shot. Game 1 of Julian's Game 1 that I saw Julian playing it, he had a hand that was a lot better because he had an Ancient Den and not a basic Plains, because it was like a double Mox Opal hand, and he got to like play 4 drops on turn 2, because he got to like Ancient Den plus Bauble plus Opal, got him to more mana faster. What's up, Lackey? How's it going? But I don't know. Maybe I'm overvaluing how good Null Rod is. Maybe I'm just too scared of Null Rod. Maybe I should just be like more of a make him have it mentality. But I don't know. Maybe one day I'll actually pull the trigger and try Ancient Den. But for now, we're just gonna be jamming this 60, swapping back to just Mystic Forges, because Scion of Urza just not doing it for me. So there's one of these tomorrow, right? Yeah. These are waiting for 16 players. None of these fired. I was considering trying to play in this one. This is 20 hours from now, so that's 8 a.m. Wait, is that 4 p.m.? Am I bad at math? 9 goes to midnight, 17 hours away. No, it's 5 p.m. Okay, I'm right. Literally no legacy prelim. Yeah, I don't think like almost any of the prelims have fired. I've heard a couple of like the sealed prelims fired, but I've heard they're having these things have just not been going. I think a part of that is because people don't know what the new prize structure is. People are just like really confused about it. I read that whole article like 4 times, and I still don't understand everything. Like, it was just obscenely confusing. But, like, I'm hoping the one tomorrow fires, because I kind of want to try to play in it. Yeah, the prizes don't seem worth it. The prizes, like, super aren't worth it. They're, like, just scalping people that want to try to play in a bunch, like, really grind PTQs and the monthly events and stuff. I think they're going to hopefully have a quick turnaround on how people qualify for these events, because it's fucking 40 qualifier points to play in a PTQ or whatever those monthly, the showdown, whatever's are. You have to 5-0 like 10 times just to play in one event. It's obscene. You have to play in preliminaries or play an obscene amount of Magic to play in those events on a regular basis, which just like sucks a lot of shit. Alright, Stoned Forge Mystic is our opponent. Recognize this name. I don't know if they actually play Stoneforge decks. Or it's like that one person, Control for Days, that plays Ant. Time to get test. Or are they a test player? Much happier I registered this deck than Death and Taxes. I wonder if they're on the new test deck, though. That'd be neat. They're a test crew guy. Yeah, I would not be shocked. This hand sucks a lot. As good as some of these cards are against tests, I don't really have a lot of ability to cast them. We're going to begrudgingly keep this. This hand sucks. This hand's not super good, especially back when it is on tests. Turn 3 Karn. Probably not going to do it, especially on the draw. But we get, like, we get to go Ancient Tomb Bobble, multiple hits at trying to find, like, fast mana to maybe turn 2 a Karn. I think we're going to bottom a Snow-Covered Plains here. Like, we do... That's kind of greedy because we need to hit this Karn on turn 3 if we have, like, any chance of living. They also could not be tests, in which case, like if they're, like, a Wasteland deck, I definitely just want to bottom, like, one of my action spells. If they're, like, actual test, like the new test deck, we just bottom a Karn because they can't Thoughtseize me. If this is the true blind, I think I would bottom a Karn, so maybe I just bottom a Karn here, just for safety. Yeah, not a huge downside. Throwing like the new test deck, they also can't, like I said, they can't Thoughtseize me, because they don't have any, but I guess we'll find out in short order. Alright. Shuffles on the Ponder, sure. Let's just draw Chalice of the Void. Half Savage would be if I was lying and their Goblin Slayer would turn on Laggy. I mean, that's why we kind of bottomed this. One of the reasons we bottomed the second Karn is, I think bottoming the second Karn is the correct choice in the blind, and if they're on the new test deck, then I think it's still a fine choice, because we only need the one Karn. The one punish is if they're on just, like, test with discard spells. I think we're just going to go Ancient Doom Bauble, say go here. Give us the most odds of hitting a fast mana to play the Karn on turn 2. Unfortunately, there's a not unreasonable chance that we just fucking die. There's also a not unreasonable chance that we can't do anything next turn. We have to, like, cast a Monastery Mentor. I can have 6. I played an Ancient Tomb and a Mishra's Bauble. My opponent knows I don't have anything. I imagine they're going to attempt to kill me this turn as much as they can, because if I didn't play something on turn 1, then they're probably scared of what I can do on turn 2. Sure. I feel like we're pretty dead. Sure. Oh, maybe not. It was a fast Ponder. Fast Shuffle. Come on, 2 hits a Petal or a Soul Land. Let's go. Dicks. Well, we're dead. Because people have said this. I mean, yeah, it was slightly slower by like 0.2 turns or something, right? I mean, I'm going to cast a Monastery Mentor. Put some amount of pressure on them. Can't do anything else here. We had like 4 chalices, 4 cities, 3 ancient tombs, and like 4 petals to hit there. On 2 draws, which sucked pretty bad. If I play Karn, am I supposed to get Tormod's Crypt? This new test doesn't do anything with the graveyard besides Echo, right? And Rite of Flames. Because the other play would be grab LED just to like plan on latticing them the following turn. I could also just play the Karn and plus on one of their mana things that's sitting out right now. On the off chance that they found their like Chain of Vapor and they're gonna like chain my Karn, at least we can shoot down their Lion's Eye Diamond. That might be the play. Then we can't kill them is the big thing. Yeah, playing the main deck Chain of Vapor, but it's hard for them to find it, right? I mean, they cast like 900 cantrips though, so maybe it's not hard for them to find it. Bottom. Please don't kill me. Yeah, this Ponder's long gone. Please no kill. It's a lot of cantrips. Chalice Void, good magic card. Shuffle again. Alright, seems like we're... Oh, nice. Alright. Cool. Drawing this Lotus Petal also means that we have access to just cast the Magnificent Lattice next turn. We'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana next turn. So we can actually just play the Karn plus on the Diamond, which is probably the best play. Wow, snap concession. I mean, I guess that means they didn't have the chain. Did they keep on that Ponder? No. I could, like, top decked it, maybe. I don't know. But I'll take it. Karn, pretty good magic card. Sometimes you get there. Don't do dick until turn 3, and then they just die. Alright, well, the tried and true Bomberman vs. Storm sideboard guide. Alright. Sideboard accomplished. Somehow lived to turn 3 on the draw, yeah. I don't know exactly what happened there. They cast a lot of cantrips, so I guess we just got very lucky. Alright, this hand is real nice in the blind. Like, I'd be happy with this on with just turn 1. Not game 1s, but this hand has no ways of really interacting with my opponent. We can, like, cast Ballista into cast Uncounterable Mentor Bauble, which is just really good in a lot of blind matchups, but definitely not what we want against Storm. We're just gonna multi Chalice Karn. Alright. Snap keep this. Bottom, the Ballista, I guess, is probably the play. We want the Mishra's Bauble to like draw into land drops that actually do something. We probably want the backup Chalice. We bottom the LED. It's Chalice 0, Chalice 1. So like, not postboard. Postboard they get to bring in stuff, right? They could bring like Echoing Truths or whatever. I think it's we'll bottom the Ballista probably, or not the Ballista, the Diamond. Also, Chalice on 0 hurts us a lot, so kind of depends on what we end up doing and whether or not we want to put this Chalice on 0. Yeah, they're boarding in that free Shatter, Crash, or whatever. They get to, like, they have Burning Wish for Pulverize. They're on a 5-card hand, though, so, like, turn 1 Chalice is going to be pretty backbreaking if they don't have the thing immediately. So we could just, like, Chalice on 1, they Shatter it, and then we play another Chalice on 1. We also do kind of need to hit this land drop, but we have a lot of looks for it, so... Ding, ding, ding. on there, bud? A Lotus Petal. Dang. Definitely want to hit land drops. If we draw a soul land, I might... Okay, never mind. It died. We did it! Look at that. Easy game, easy life. What are we drawing? Well... Probably would have just... Oh, no, we're drawing 2 cards. Okay, that's better. We can cast this Ballista. And then cast this Mentor. When I cast the Mentor, I might play a Chalice on 0 after that. Triggers the Mentor and stuff. Sick Vintage Cube deck, yeah. Playing everyone's favorite format, Vintage Cube. Vintage Cube actually is super sweet, but not a big cubing person. We did that one. I should stream Cube. I think Hondo donated for me to stream, like, what was it? Was that Legacy Cube that we did? Where I built that horrendous deck that, like, 2-1. That, like, horrendous forced mono blue deck. Cube is hella fun, though. The mono blue 2-1. Yeah, that deck was so bad. I don't even remember what was in that deck, but not good cards. It was like an artifact theme. I think we had like, didn't we have like Metalworker and shit? Like Tolarian Academy, but like nothing to do with it, but like cast like equipment and like a Frost Titan or something. We weren't doing anything broken. Our deck was like a miserable wreck. I should go find that YouTube vid, see just how bad my deck was. I wonder if I could easily find that. Probably. If I just search XJ Cloud Cube. I did a random... Oh, donation... Yeah, Donation League. Legacy Cube Draft. I should mute this. Oh no. I'll try to look at the deck list maybe after this match or something. I would love to play first. I would love to keep this hand. Just top deck an LED. Just really make it. I mean, I'll accept not top decking LED here, but you know, if you're listening, God, give me an LED. Just dunk on my opponent here. Nice, Floated Strand. My Chalice is good. Now the question is, do I even go for it? I guess we could cast the Salvagers first, right? Because they'd probably Force a Will it. Like, I don't want to discard my whole hand, but that was really funny. We could just kill them if they don't have Force a Will. They have 7 cards in hand. It'd have to be exactly Force. They would force the Salvagers, though, right? I guess we'd play around, like, Daze by playing the LED first, though. They could be, like, Delver. So, yeah. Yeah, we go for it, for sure. We go land, Petal, LED, Salvagers, try to kill you. We get wrecked by, like, exactly Force of Negation. Force of Will, at least we untap, try to kill them again next turn. Graveyard. Hey, we did it. What do I hold down to do this? W. Nice. Easy game, easy life. Don't know what my opponent's plan is, because they're super dead. They want to move on to the next game. Man, holding down W does make this a lot faster. Just wish there was a way to auto-pay the mana, so I don't have to click on the mana right there. That would definitely make this faster. Well, we gotta do this for a while. How's it going, chat? Got anything to talk about? I'm gonna be doing this for a fair bit here. We gotta get to 40 mana. Did you stream yesterday? Yeah, I did stream yesterday. My usual schedule is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but I skipped Monday because my life schedule didn't really fit it in. So I moved that stream to Tuesday. And now we're back to the normal schedule. It's Wednesday. And we're dunking on my opponent here with turn 1 Chalice, turn 2 Kill You. My opponent just has decided that they want to just waste most of our time. You fucking cat. I don't have time to deal with your shit right now. Psst. You're almost dead, opponent. Don't worry, we're almost there. Don't worry about me. Technically I can kill them there once we get to 42 mana. But I like finishing the combo with LED in play. Especially online. Just in case something goes like super wrong for some reason. Takes like another 10 seconds or something, so it's not a huge deal. Stop. Get wrecked. Second opponent. All in like 5 minutes. Pretty efficient. Down with the time steal. Yeah, seriously. There's absolutely no reason to concede there. Like, you're in a league. Just like stop wasting my time, stop wasting your own time. Like, you're not gonna time me out. I have 20 minutes left. Some people are just really petty, though. Anyway, so all we saw... gross. She just drooled on me. Can you get off? You gross monster. You knocked over the trash can, too. You stupid animal. Fuck off. Anyway, Okay, so all we saw was a Flooded Strand from our salty opponent here. Our salty friend. So, don't really know if we want to sideboard anything. So they could be on like really any blue deck. Could probably hedge and just board in a cast out, because I think I board in cast out against almost every blue deck. Because like you board it against Delver because it can be a removal spell in a pinch, you can cycle it away, and it deals with no rods. And then against control, like you can just hit planeswalkers and stuff with it. Or just random catch-all. So it's probably like a pretty safe board in. I think we'll just do this swap here. I need to finally figure out what my opponent's doing. This hand sucks. Too much payoff. Definitely not enough mana. Cycle this cast out, but they could be much more happy with this 6. Keep. We're gonna put the cast out to the bottom here. The rest of my hand is a combo kill. And this cast out can't even be cycled right now. If they're on a slow blue deck, this hand is really good. Cast Chalice of the Void. Yeah, counterspell. Spell Snare, Spell Pierce, Brainstorm. Sure. Tundra. So it looks like they are probably Miracles. Chalice One Resolving is very good for me. If we draw Petal or Opal, we just get to kill next turn. If we draw any like other mana source, we get to kill in 2 turns. What you drawing over there, bud? A Flooded Strand. That's pretty cool. Get a Trop, maybe? Get the Return to Nature's Online? Nope. White. Relic Warder, oh baby. They on the Bara deck? Esper Hate Bear thing? Well, I hope we draw a Petal or an Opal here. Nice. Alright, cool. That's pretty good, I would say. Get wrecked, opponent. Just making sure we don't have to play around anything funky here. Alright, so we should be good here to just draw infinite cards. Murder our opponent on turn 2 again. This time we don't have the actual kill, we just have the draw a bunch of cards and basically kill them. So it'll be a little bit more roundabout, certainly. But we have plenty of time. We have 17 minutes left on our clock. So we can really make sure that my opponent cannot, like, come back from this. Sometimes if you're, like, strapped for time, you really want to just... You can just, like, pass the turn after drawing, like, I don't know, 10 cards, 15 cards, but... We can really take our time. Our opponent is really intent on wasting ours, so, well... We'll sit back, relax, waste theirs, you know. Unfortunately, my opponent didn't get to cast many spells this match. Sorry to disappoint you, I do nothing a lot. We kind of just absolutely crushed our opponent. Mainly just wanted to draw enough cards that we can find, like, a walking ballista to clear up, like, a meddling mage or something. It's kind of annoying if they can, like, get rid of their own relic order, get my chalice on 0, because then we need a Karn. And Karn our own chalice. Guess we could, if they just do that, then we'll have 2 LEDs in play, so we can just, probably just lattice lock them with Karn at that point. Ah, they decided that they finally decided that they weren't going to waste their own time like that. Alright. They realized that they were unbelievably dead and conceded. Cool. So, you're not wasting my time. I'm having fun. I'm killing my opponent here. You are wasting no one's time but your own. Time grinded them out, yeah. My opponent had played, like, less than 1 minute in that game. It was very good. Or less than 1 minute in, like, that match. They cast 2 spells. They cast the Brainstorm, then cast the Leonin Relic Order, and then fucking died. Turn 2 both games. Justice for making me play it out game 1. Yeah. Definitely would have sideboarded out all those chalices had I known that they were on the Esper Bears pile. It's the guy that actually originally made the Esper Pile deck according to some Reddit post. Yeah. Sure. I'll believe some Reddit post. Oh, right. We gotta look at what my bad cube deck was. What did it end up being? Oh, wait, it wasn't even mono blue? Is this a different cube that I'm thinking of? This is a really bad blue-black deck. This deck sucks. It did have a Frost Titan, but holy shit is this deck bad. We have a Treachery, which I guess is pretty broken. Is there a different time that I did draft mono blue Dumpster Fire? Distinctly remember that. Alright, anyway. Yeah, I'll take the play. It's a little mopey. Because we don't really have access to fast Karn or anything. On the play, we have a bobble towards drawing stuff. We have, like, the option of turn 3 Karn. Unless we get really lucky and rip a second Petal or an Opal or a Soul in. It's kind of a lot, actually. 2 draw steps, too, because of the bobble. To draw, like, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 cards. They'll let us cast a turn 2 Karn. I'm in for this hand. I've changed my mind. Should go. Plains Bobble, go. What's up, Elaine? It's going. What's my opponent up to here? Blue decks. Alright, cool. Not Delver of Secrets. Nice. I'm in for cards not named Delver of Secrets. Means that our Karns are less pressured here. We don't know if they're... This is Veer count happens when you don't play Thalia decks. I don't know what the viewer count is, and it's probably what happens when I stream at the same time as the LPL. Realistically. All the legacy people are over there. I'll bobble you. you, see what you're doing. Ancient Tomb. Alright, so they are Sneak and Show. Good information. Let's draw our card. Nice. We found the Soul Land. So we definitely want to just power up Karn here. Because if they're on Sneak and Show, that means that they are very likely going to be able to to beat Mentor and some idiots, whereas we can Karn Wish for Ensnaring Bridge to put it off a Show and Tell, and then the following turn we have, with the LED, we have enough mana to cast Mycosynth Lattice. We would cast the Ensnaring Bridge, but that uses up our diamond. Should Julian's Axe play. But yeah, I told you, Julian, one of the decks Julian registered in the LPL today was Bomberman. It's one of the reasons I wanted to play this. Go Karn. Also might just get like Force of Will, but we can do this again next turn. Float me out the city, play Plains, cast the second Karn. Whoa! Daze! Didn't expect that. No, we couldn't have really played around it. Like, I don't think I would have cracked the LED to resolve this Karn. Maybe I would have. We have 3 mana, we'd have 2 mana floating, we couldn't really cast anything. How do you get invited to the LPL? As far as I know, it's just discretionary, based on, like, they invite people that they want on the stream. So now we'll play around the second days by playing at the Diamond first. We would definitely crack Diamond to resolve our second Karn. We'd rather not. Float 2 mana. Play this. Play LED. Oh no, I should cast my Bauble if I'm playing around getting dazed again or something. Shutting off their pedal here is nice. They don't have like Force Will. If they do have Force Will, then my whole plan sucks a lot of shit. Brainstorm deal. Please don't Force Will my Karn. We're living on this second Karn to resolve. Would I have cracked the LED last turn to resolve my Karn? Maybe not. Because it could have been, like, bait, right? If I had played LED Karn and they dazed it, it's like, what if they then have Force of Will? And then they Force Will my Karn after I've, like, sacked my whole hand to pay for their daze. So, I probably wouldn't have paid for it. But definitely something to keep in mind. So, my opponent has Ancient Tomb in hand or on the top of their deck. We don't currently have the mana to lattice them, though. So I think I might just wish for a second LED here. I could bubble myself to a seat to see if I'm potentially drawing a mana source. Because we're drawing a land, we don't need the other LED. Yeah, let's do that. We're drawing a Mystic Forge. Now, we're drawing another card after this Mystic Forge, but that means we're not guaranteed to have the mana for the lattice. So yeah, let's just wish for a Lion's Eye Diamond. We don't need to cast it here. There's potential to like play a Mentor, but unlikely. But there's nothing that punishes us for keeping the LED in hand. Unless we need to like crack the LED in play for some reason. And let's put it in play. Let's drop count 5. Say go. So draw this Mystic Forge. Does not really do anything. But our plan is just lattice. They didn't force the Karn, so they don't have the force yet. They could cast some more cantrips, try to find one, but they could also just like Show and Tell Omniscience Emrakul, just murder me. Punish me for not having getting the bridge there, but I think this line was better because I think we just want to lattice them. I'm in for latticing this turn. They didn't cantrip or anything. Let's just pitch our hand here. What you got, opponent? Impulse. Brainstorm. Brainstorm, alright. Don't counter me. Would be very sad. I will pay for this days. They could have a Spell Pierce too. No, alright, cool, we win. We did it. Got game 1 against Sneak. Feeling pretty good. Alright, they figured it out. Figured out that they're in fact dead. Alright. Sneak and show matchup. Good to bring in Containment Priests and the Glass Casket. Probably cutting the Mystic Forges. It's just way too slow. And, like, we want the baubles. Because oftentimes in this matchup you want to draw cards on your opponent's turn anyway, because like a lot of your key cards have flash, Containment Priest and Cast Out. We could potentially, I think Fast Mana is important because this is definitely a racing matchup. There's potential to shave a Mentor, because I think Mentor in a lot of matches is just, or in a lot of games, it's just going to be too slow for the matchup. Like, that's why we're also putting Mystic Forge. That being said, I do think Mentor is better than Forge because it does put pressure on them. Mystic Forge tries to like dig me into like more chalices and Karns and stuff. So I think this looks okay. Let's just submit like this. Don't really want Disenchants despite like them having Omniscience and Sneak Attack, because Omniscience, we don't have anything to put in on Show and Tell that has a triggered Enter the Battlefield ability. So we can't like disenchant it with a thing on the stack, so we'll be able to like cast an Emrakul anyway, and we have to be holding up 2 mana the whole time. And like sneak attacks, sometimes you could snipe them, yeah, but there just like aren't that many targets. Sneak attacks often just kill you as soon as they resolve too. So hand's a little bit dicey. Turn 2 Chalice on the draw, and no guarantee of a fast Salvager's kill is probably too slow. We just want to mulligan to something faster. We're in a race. On the play, I might keep this hand. On the draw, we can look for like turn 1 Chalice or something. This is Crocus, Opal, Petal, Diamond. Crocus, Opal, tap for Chalice. We have 3 mana towards a Karn. Yeah, I'm into this. So we're on the draw here, so we need to hit some land drops. So I think we're going to put it back this Mentor since we're burning all of our zeros to cast our turn 1 Chalice anyway. I think the Karn is our primary plan here. Oh, now we could turn 1 a Karn instead. I don't know why my opponents are playing out their Lotus Petals. Like, we're not going to put our Chalice on 0. Because now we can Ancient Tomb, Opal, Petal, Diamond, Karn. We could also just Ancient Tomb Chalice. If we like turn 1 this Karn though, we can potentially just turn 2 Lattice Lock them. Or are they playing out their... Oh, they're playing out their Petals to cast Brainstorms into, like, a turn 1 Karn, I guess. Get Spell Pierce on the... Okay, yeah, that tracks. I'm used to, like, thinking about Petal as you're playing it out to play around stuff. Not, or I guess, like, to play around like Thalias and stuff. And you want to hide them. Like, them playing the Petal incentivizes me to play the Karn because I want to turn the Petal off. But, yeah, I wasn't considering, like, actually holding up stuff that matters. So we could, like, just Chalice on 1, respect Spell Pierce, although, because we could actually pay for the Spell Pierce too. What did they do with the Ponder? They shuffled. Kind of like just making him have it, though. They have 5 cards in hand. This Karn is just insane if it resolves. We fall back on the Chalice. Either way, we're doing all this. Karn can't even get spell burst. We have an LED in play. What am I talking about? I would gladly sack this LED to pay for that. If they daze this, I'll take the bait and crack the diamond, since our hand isn't that good. I mean, obviously, it'd take us a long time to rebuild, but I don't think like the Chalice would hold down the fort very well. I think just trying to resolve this Karn is too good. Brainstorm resolves. But yeah, playing out the pedal also, like, not even just like holding up spell pierce, it could also just be like, I want to cast as many of my cantrips as I can before they get a Chalice of the Void in play. So it could have been like in response to this Chalice of the Void that I could have cast, they would have brainstormed. If their like hand has enough mana where they don't really need the LED. Or they don't need the load spell. Resolved, huh? I'll wish for a second LED, I guess. We can't cast anything here. We put this Chalice on 0. Like, we could wish for LED, play our Chalice on 0. Just plan on latticing them if we wanted. I don't really like that, though. Chalice 0 only hits their petals. But yeah, let's wish for another LED. I guess technically we could have actually just cast it. We don't need this other LED. Maybe we wish for Bridge then, actually. I'll have to discard my whole hand. Bridge only beats Show and Tell Omni, and no answer for the Bridge. The next turn we can play Caracas, crack the LED for 3, and still cast our Lattice. Let's grab Diamond. Maybe Diamond's wrong. But like, the fact that they brainstormed and also didn't counter the Karn usually means that the Lattice is probably safe next turn. This does play around a Daze, potentially, or a Spell Pierce. We'll have extra mana. I think they would have probably dazed the Karn, though, if they could have. Just to, like, get the LED off the board. Alright. Even though, like, abrade one of my LEDs, we still get to lattice them. We can play the Chalice out on 0 to turn on the Opal, if we want to play around a Daze as well. Because we'll have Caracas, Tomb, LED already makes the 6 mana. 3 mana, we Show and Telling. 4 mana, we're sneak attacking. Alright, well I hope we don't have another Spirit Guide. Because I can't fucking beat that. Oh nice, we just get to lattice them. So float mana with the Opal, crack this LED. Just make sure that I have enough mana here. That's 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, we did it. Look at that. Just lattice lock some nerds. Sometimes you just gotta go for it. We are, at heart, we are a Chalice deck, right? Like, we are a Chalice deck that has some other lines, but sometimes you just, like, don't play around shit. Sometimes your plan is, hey, if you don't have this, I'm going to win the game, rather than, like, ooh, what if they have this? Then we could actually play the Chalice first to, like, play around a Force of Will, try to bait that out, and then get the Karn and play after. And, like, matchups that are, like, really, like, drag racing, just, like, I need to kill you before you do your big thing to kill me. There's definitely incentive to just like slam your shit and make them have it, because if they don't have it, then they just die. Like if we just played a Chalice there, then they go land Spirit Guide, sneak attack. It's like, okay, well, I can't get the sneak attack off the board. I have this Chalice on one in play. Like I can cast my card the following turn. I probably have to like crack the LED, get an ensnaring bridge, and hope they can't blow up my bridge. But that way we just got to win the game. I can't find that terrible mono blue deck. Ooh, Lewis CBR. Probably on some sort of Delver. Could be on Eldrazi. If it's on Eldrazi, that's very bad news. If it's on Delver, it's much better news. Seems like kind of greedy. Because it doesn't have a payoff for these salvagers, really. We can't even, like, realistically buy back this bauble because we don't have true white mana. But salvager is also very powerful. Draw an LED, we just kill him. With a lot of mana, which is important against Delver. I'm fine with just Ancient Tomb Bauble Go here. Just cast some uncounterable salvagers. If he is on Eldrazi, very bad news. Eldrazi matchup, not good. It's a world that we actually try to bauble them to get information. No, we don't. We're just playing Ancient Tomb Bauble saying go regardless. Watch him be on Goblins with some shit. I mean, I'd be happy with his hand against Goblins. Basic Island is a little bit uncharacteristic of him. Usually you see 3-color Delver decks. Is he on 2-color Delver? Or, no, that doesn't tell us. Or something else entirely. Let's just draw LED. A good Magic player. Well. I'm just gonna play out a uncountable Salvagers. If he, like, kills it in some way, we have a follow-up anyway. And we have, like, more petals to try to draw towards finding a Karn or an LED to kill him. We don't know it's Sneak and Show from Island Force of Will. Definitely could be, though. Human. Could be Blue-Red Delver, yeah, but Blue-Red Delver, but also just said land go is odd. Just drawing over there. Does that help us? Give us any more info? Nope. Just Volcanic Island. I would have to assume Blue-Red Delver because he's Lewis CBR. He doesn't register. He doesn't not register Delver secrets very often, but you never know. People do crazy shit sometimes. Let's just draw LED and like a white source. Ballista's not bad. It's not good. I'll put the Cavern on Construct and cast a 2/2 Ballista, I think. We could also just play more Salvagers if we wanted to. Maybe we play a Salvagers. We just put a Cavern on Construct, cast a second Salvagers, because then we can play the Ballista on 3 later. Just Pillar Field Ox Beatdown. If he is on Blue-Red Delver, Pillar Field Ox Beatdown is like actually like stupidly good. Put this Cavern. I'm tempted to put, it's a little bit greedy to put, I guess it's not greedy to put this on Construct, because we're going to have 2 Salvagers in play, so even if he has Delver and Wastelands my Cavern on Human, like, he also has to get 2 Salvagers off the board first. So let's put this one on Construct. If he is just going to show and tell me, we're just fucking dead. We've missed on couple draw steps to find something juicy. Or ooh, it is just Delver. Nice. Now we just get to play a 3/3 Ballista in the face of this young Pyromancer. And we have a white source to start buying back stuff. Ding. There's the bolt. Let the trigger resolve. Ding the elemental. Ding their face. Beat down a clock. Wow. Concedes to the Pillar Field Ox beats. We're winning all kinds of ways today. We're lattice locking, we're salvagers killing, we're killing with attacking with salvagers. Lewis will never beat a Cavern of Souls in his life. I mean, that's honestly fair. Were we like drawing anything relevant? Oh, we were drawing a basic line's actually really good here, because then we just start drawing 2 cards a turn with salvagers, and then the following turn we start drawing 3 cards a turn. We could play the Caracas. God has cursed him. I mean, he could play decks that aren't... I mean, I guess Delver can beat Cavern of Souls sometimes. Is it just like Lewis specifically that just has Fits versus that card? But Cavern of Souls is one of this deck's best cards versus Delver, just in general. Because you just get to, like, jam all your shit into days. Like, we just got to play 2 Pillar Field Oxes and, like, a 3/3 that machine gun at his board. Anyway, cut these forges and a bauble. Pretty easy Delver sideboarding. I'm starting to bring in Cast Out against all the Delver decks because, like, everyone's playing Null Rod nowadays. You just want more ways to answer it that don't suck ass like Disenchant does. But considering just playing O-Ring, Cast Out has seen play over O-Ring for a couple of reasons in this deck. There are some, like, more niche cases where, like, you have, like, the Salvager's bauble kill, but your opponent's on depths, and they, like, have a 20/20, so you can draw your whole hand on your whole deck on their upkeep, but can't kill them. So then you have, like, the flash Cast Out to get it. You also have, like, Plow for that, so it's not a huge deal, but, like, you can also bauble into Cast Outs to cast on your opponent's turn against, like, Sneak and Show and stuff. But a lot of it is just the fact that it has cycling, because this deck's mana is really wonky sometimes. So sometimes you just don't really have the 4 mana, or sometimes your opponent doesn't have a card that you want to cast out. You have to bring this in as a catch-all against all of the control decks. And you usually just get to cycle it away if they don't have things, and you need to, like, find action. But nowadays, all the control decks have a bunch of shit. Like, all the control decks are playing Okos and things you want to cast out anyway. So there's definitely some argument for just playing O-Rings, because they're easier to cast. And, like, better in the Delver matchup, because they cost 1 less mana. I've certainly been considering it. So this hand is not very good. This hand is the first hand, except worse. I hate going to 5 sucks, though. Name Construct and cast the card and see if he forces it. Yeah, gotta love the 6s. They're just your 7s with 1 less card. Yeah, the other hand had soul lands, and we got to keep all 7 of them. On the draw, we have a little bit of fast mana. Putting away the Opal, probably. Maybe we put away a Caracas, actually. Risk it for the biscuit. Yeah, I'm just considering if there's like a 5 that can beat just like a Snap Keep 7 on the play. Probably not. I think this hand has potential to beat things. It's got mana, which is important versus the Delver decks, because you have to play through a bunch of soft permission. Doesn't have answers to just like quick clocks, which is a big issue. Never mind. I think we just want to go Plains Petal Plow this to play our own days. I don't think I want to just wait a whole turn cycle. Does open up like the Petal to getting destroyed or something. Does let him know that I have it. I think it's probably fine though. Look and draw like I don't even know. Just like stuff. Spells that have actual relevant text. Who does Needle go on? Karn or Salvagers? Or Ballista? Salvagers deal. So, opponent has 4 cards in hand. Now we have the ability to Karn here. We can just jam this Karn. We can go land, Opal, LED. We have the LED actually, so the LED lets us jam through soft permission. I'm into this. Maybe I should play my Cavern. Because we might have to discard my hand here. I was afraid of like Wasteland, so you usually want to like try to hold your Caverns until you have something to cast off them, because you don't want to get them Wastelanded. It's really important to like resolve your shit, but he just does have Force. Pitching Brazen Bar. Well, that's pretty good. It's definitely down clock. We're down a lot of our action, but we have some hits. Unfortunately, our Opal's turned off, so we can't actually cast any 4-drops currently. Drawing like Chalice is probably one of our better hits here. That's not great. Now we'll play the Cavern over playing the City here for obvious reasons. I'm gonna name Human. Our humans are probably more important. Maybe not actually, because our Auric Salvagers is Needled, and we don't have good answers to that, other than the one cast out and animating it with more Karns. And drawing a Ballista here would actually be a pretty big game, because we could like play a big Ballista, which is not unreasonable. And like Mentor's not very good because we're Hellbent. Yeah, let's name Construct. Say go. If we draw any baubles, we're just like cycling them anyway, so we can't like sit on a lot of things. Ooh, that's scary. Chalice? That's not very good. If we draw a Ballista, we can at least clear this Arcanist now. Opponent gets to cast Brainstorms. That's horrifying. That's scary. Ballista off the top. That's bad. Probably pretty dead here at this point. I think a Ballista might still be 1, 2, 3. We could potentially put 4 mana into it, or 4 counters on it. Punch me for a lot. Cast that other Brainstorm. Cast that Ponder. Get more Pyromancer triggers. Shit looks bad. Opponent has drawn a lot of cards. We have not drawn a lot of good cards. Looks like we're probably pretty dead here. Does Pithing Needle tip the scales towards me wanting something like Disenchant? I don't think so. Unfortunately, we probably won't be able to. We won't get to see something like Null Rod even if he draws it, because we're probably just like super dead. Were you like actually dead? Just pull my face. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not quite. 4 off. We can just Brainstorm, sculpt the ultimate hand, just wreck me. Yeah, we don't realistically have draws anymore. A little late to the party there, Chalice. Don't think I want Disenchants. Needle has a lot of things like it needs to go on, and we do have ways to deal with it. Karn Animate plus like Ballista ping it. Although Needle on Karn or Ballista does kind of stop that, which is kind of annoying. If they Needle Karn, which is I think one of the best things to Needle against this deck, honestly. Sometimes you just can't answer the Salvager's kill though, so you need to stop it. So the Needle Karn, we're down to exactly one way to get a Needle off the board, which is this one cast out. It's the same thing as like Null Rod. Don't think it's worth bringing in Disenchant though. Disenchant sucks so bad. against Delver. Let me just win other ways. This hand is not quite turn 2 Karn, or turn 1 Karn, but it's close. We need one more 0 here. I'm content with turn 1 Walking Ballista, though. Turn 2 Karn 3 days. Definitely keep this. Ballista can try to hold down the fort versus like a Delver or a Young Pyromancer. Alright. Question is, do we want to play around like Spell Pierce here? Because we could not invest our City of Traders and just go Plains, Petal, Opal. Cast Karn from Ancient Tomb Plains. So he could also like bolt my Ballista in response to the Opal. So I think before we play the Plains, we want to play out the Opal and the Petal to see if we get to that mana. Because this might be like planning to bolt Ballista to set up for their zeros. Or to their one-toughness creatures. No, alright. Opal resolved, which means it's online. Which means I think I'm content just jamming a Karn. Mana is pretty important. This jams a Karn through days. Does not jam it through Spell Pierce. Notably. Dang. Got pierced. If this is like a follow-up Forceful or something, that's also pretty bad for me. Because we're really down on things to kill my opponent with. Well, that's pretty bad for me too. We can still cast our Karn though, so that's okay. Yeah, that resolves. If this Karn resolves, we're still in business. If this Karn doesn't resolve, we're definitely in a bad spot. Oh, well, maybe we're in less of a bad spot. So we just have a shitzillion Karns now. Force of Negation, pitching True Name. Alright, well. Resolves. Attack you. Anything that's not Pioneer. Yeah, I'm gonna get back to Pioneer at some point after the championships. I'm thinking about going to GP Louisville, but definitely playing a lot of Legacy until then. Can't ever find modern streamers now. Yeah. Pioneer definitely killed a lot of the modern streaming. Alright. Well, we're hoping the third Karn's the Charm. We're also hoping that this isn't a threatening creature that he's about to play. It's a pretty threatening creature. Ooh, Chalice the Void definitely makes it a lot less threatening. If we play Karn and it resolves, what's our plan? If my opponent has a Bolt, then my Karn looks like it looks horrible. Because regardless of my decision on what I do, the Karn will die to Bolt, attack with Arcanist, cast Bolt again. And we can't wish for anything really relevant. We could wish for like a Mystic Forge. Mystic Forge doesn't really play well into Null Rod anyway. Just very slow. We could wish for a bridge. I think I'm a fan of just casting Chalice here, though. Just make this Dreadhorde Arcanist a lot worse. Glass Casket. We can't cast the Glass Casket if we minus the Karn for it. But it would maybe be better than bridge. I think I'm content with just Chalicing to like turn off this Arcanist. Forces him to have some sort of shatter effect. Nice. Or baits the last removal spell, but he does get to Brainstorm here after. Or baits the last counter spell, but I said removal spell. Yeah, I think it's Chalice now and Karn into something. Especially if we like draw a mana source, we get Karn into Casket the Arcanist. Is that Dreadhorde? Yeah, it's Dreadhorde Arcanist, the standard legal card. But we have burned through a Pierce and 2 Force of Negations. And post Brainstorm, he does only get these, like, 2 cards in hand. Problem is this Arcanist can really pressure our Karn. If we draw a land, we can casket it. Yeah, it lets them cast cards out of the graveyard when it attacks. That's how they're casting this Brainstorm. Yeah. I think drawing a land is probably our best shot here. Sucks that they could also just have a Bolt and, like, just kill my 3rd Karn. Which makes it a lot harder for me to win just by any axis, because we're down 3 Karns, which is one of our ways to win through Null Rod. And then, like, we can't really get the Null Rod off the board without a cast out. The Salvagers doesn't do anything. I mean, it blocks. I can double block with Walking Ballista to try to get the Arcanist off the board. We could Karn Wish for a Chalice again. That'd probably be the play after we like casket it or something though. Trying to figure out how to win this game. If we could, because we can't cast the Glass Casket the same turn that we play the Karn, I'm kind of into just wishing for the Chalice that he exiled. Because we'll play the Chalice next turn. And that, like, kind of turns off the Arcanist, but it also, like, makes his draw steps a lot worse. Doesn't mean that the Arcanist still sticks around to try to, like, pressure my Karn and stuff, which is annoying, but... Alright, resolved. Good sign. I think I just kind of want to wish for the Chalice. We could also wish for the removal spell with the Karn as well next turn if we wanted to or something. Chalice definitely play. I mean, I wish I could cast the Chalice. The Chalice is probably the most effective card at stopping this Arcanist rather than actually like exiling it. Sub-Squaw Chief. Is the North American Internal Weekend always in... It's always in Pittsburgh, I believe. Or usually in Pittsburgh. I think it was in a different place like a couple years ago when I went. Like 2015. Let's wish for this Chalice again. And then say go. There's a Bolt for the Karn, it's annoying. It's a Brazen Borrower, oof, that's also annoying. Because you just get to clear the Karn. But at least we get to get this Chalice on the board. Hopefully. Needle, sure. Name Karn the Great Creator and just ignore it. They're probably just going to try to kill me with the Brazen Borrower here. Don't really have a plan to beat that. So yeah, at least the Aurex Salvagers helps try to stonewall these Arcanists. Yeah, this Brazen Borrower is probably just going to kill me. Yeah, not looking hot. Ancient Tomb, not looking hot. We'd have to like take enough damage to die if we play this. Is Arcanist Legacy staple now? Yeah, it's pretty solid in Blue. It's very good in Blue Red Delver and pretty good in like Grixis Delver. Very strong card. So we play this Chalice, we actually turn off every single out we have to kill Brazen Borrower, basically. But if we play Aurex Salvagers, I don't think there's a world that we can actually win. I think we are just dead. Null Rod plus Needle's real rough. Although not like the Needle's doing a whole lot. The Needle just bought them like free hit at my face, because they could have just sent the Brazen Borrower with the Karn, and then we're in a similar position where if we like play the Chalice, we're locked out of ways to actually kill the Borrower. So we draw Plow. If we play Salvagers, we go down to 5. We can like double block, go down to 1. Top deck a Source of Plowshares and plow the Brazen Borrower. Yeah, I think if we play Chalice, we lock ourselves out of any way to win. So I think we need to top deck exactly Plow. So I think we just need to cast this Aurex Salvagers. Definitely would have liked a glass casket here more than this chalice, because they brazen borrowed me. Or like an ensnaring bridge. Ensnaring bridge would have been pretty good to slow down the train. Was not thinking about brazen borrow or iron needle though. Maybe I should have been. This is maybe a greedy play getting the chalice. Because like, it's tough. Because it's also hard to like get every card out of my hand too. Like if we ever have one card in our hand, the Arcanist can slip through. This is attack with everything. We're gonna double block an Arcanist, and then top deck exactly Plow. We go to 1 here, top deck Plow, Plow the Brazen Borrower, cast Chalice, and then we have Salvagers to block this other Arcanist. Is the current plan? Oh well, that plan's out the window. All right. Also, we didn't draw. Yeah, definitely would have went better if we had just grabbed Bridge. Maybe Bridge is better there because we can't cast either of our 2-mana things. I was trying to think of the best world that they draw. They have a Lightning Bolt, which is a pretty realistic card for them to have. And they just have like Lightning Bolt, and they clear the card that minuses, then hit me with the Arcanist again, and then like bolt my Ballista or something, or my face too. Then Chalice both stops the Arcanist and prevents them from cantripping into like finding ways to fuck with my stuff. Maybe Chalice is still okay. Maybe it just happened to be the line that we got punished for. I'm not sure. I guess if we just grab Bridge, they don't flash in the Borrower, right? Kind of depends on everything that they knew about, though. I don't know exactly what the context of their hand was. Because they could always have, like, just bounced the Bridge, or if they had Glass Casket, they could bounce the Glass Casket. But because we got Chalice, they didn't care. Because they could just, like, clear the card and just, like, wreck me. Andy S.C. Wilson. This name is also familiar to me. This hand has turn 2 Mystic Forge. We're on the draw, which kind of sucks, but... Go land, go... Or land, bobble, bobble. Cycle one of them on their turn, and then we have land, Opal Petal. Opal's turned on by the second bobble. Yeah. If you grab Bridge, they just can't... Yeah, exactly. That was my reasoning behind Chalice, is that it both stops the Arcanist that's in play, and stops them from cantripping into, like, finding answers for the stuff that I'm doing. They have to, like, naturally find their Brazen Borrowers that are braids off the top. Whereas Bridge halts, like, an onslaught of creatures, which they did draw there. Yeah. They playing around, like, the 2 to 3 Brazen Borrowers that they play in their deck. Probably worse than playing around, like, the lots of cantrips that they could have drawn. What's our opponent doing? What are you doing over there, opponent? Man, our Mystic Forge is going to get OHKO'd. I feel so bad. Salvagers, that's pretty good. Yeah, we'll go Snow-Covered Plains, bobble, bobble, say go. Could potentially crack one now to draw, and if we draw another 0-mana artifact, we know our Opals are online, so we can cycle the other one away. I don't think it's a huge deal, because we're pretty locked into casting some spells already, so I think we can just wait. I don't think we need to crack both bobbles this turn. Opponent definitely seems to be playing a control deck. What you got in that hand over there? A plow? Well, you can't plow a Mystic Forge, so might as well try it. I mean, you can't plow a Mystic Forge until you turn it into an elk. Well, we got more Mystic Forges, too. Please no counter. Maybe this is just a brainstorm. Nice. Not countered yet. Fortunately, we don't have the 3 artifacts needed to turn on our Opal, but we can always... Well, if we cast the Blow State, it just gets plowed. Just let it resolve, so I don't have to deal with... trying to figure out what my next turn looks like if I don't resolve this. Just let it resolve, opponent. Yeah, just come on, let it resolve. What could this Mystic Forge possibly do? Nice. Cast. Well, we'll keep Karn, probably. Yeah. Against control, we just want to load up on threatening shit. Also, this Karn finds us extremely unlucky for the opponent. Yeah, they drew like 6 cards and never found a Force of Will. They could just have Oko and they're just going to elk my Forge. If they do, then we can attack the Oko and cast a Ballista for 2 and just shoot down the Oko, and then we're left with an elk. Our Opal is turned off at that point, and we're drawing a Karn, and we'll have 2 mana, so a lot of those things are awkward. Maybe I am supposed to exile this Karn. This Karn just finds me LED, which kills them. How worried am I supposed to be about getting elked? We also just cast the Karn if they elk me. We don't need to Ballista it down. We could just attack it to 2 and then like cast the Karn. Yeah, alright, we'll pass the turn. If they don't have Oko, they're just super fucked. Because this Forge is going to draw us 9,000 cards. But they drew 6 cards. I feel like they have a plan for the Forge. If they couldn't counter it, they at least have a plan to get it off the board this turn. Or by off the board, I mean remove all of its text. Wow. Are they not killing my Forge? Amazing. Oh, there's another Salvagers. Don't really want that. Yeah. Take it. Oh, another Salvagers. Alright. Short-lived. But more petals means we can cast more 4-drops, which is nice. We know they have the Plow in hand, so playing our creatures is bad, so Karn seems like the easy choice here. Snap Brainstorm? Deal. Oh, they found a Force. Alright, Force Pitch. Another Snapcaster Mage. Cool. That's fine. We have this Mystic Forge going. And we have a backup Forge. I feel like... yeah, we're still fine. We also, if they ever like tap out or something, we could potentially just find an LED off the top with this Forge and just kill them. We could crack this Bauble to try to dig further, depending on how this turn breaks. Well, they're getting back this Force Will, so I'm not really interested in that. Because we can't really realistically kill them through this Force of Will. Unless we cracked the Urza's Bauble into exactly Cavern of Souls. So I just want to keep the Bauble in play as insurance to make sure my Opal can keep activating. Dang, this Forge not doing me any favors. Jeez, this Forge has drawn me like 2 cards. I'm pretty sure this Forge has drawn me exactly 2 Lotus Petals. And like exiled a Salvagers and a land. We are glutted. Our cup runneth over with Auriok Salvagers. We have to burn our 4th mana to cast any of our spells, realistically. We could play the Ballista. Seems like such a mopey turn. Walking Ballista say go. Yeah, Jay's Brainstorm hard to raise. Mystic Forge is drawing us cards too, but it's drawing us a lot worse cards, and it's not doing very well at actually drawing us these cards. Just quite unfortunate. Definitely need to let this hit happen. Is it Oko Clock again? Alright. Alright, well, I'll ping the Snapcaster Mage. Not Oko Clock. Nice. We get to untap with this Mystic Forge again and maybe hit some zeros, you know? Mystic Forge, come on, don't do me like this, buddy. I guess. Hand of 4 drops. Find the 5th 4 drop. I think I am going to cast this. I don't think I want to exile it. 2 Forges in play is kind of nice because they work in tandem with each other, and like it's more insurance if one gets elked. They might force will the Mystic Forge, but that's fine because our hand is pretty force of willable anyway. Hey Clutch, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Probably gonna cast this Ballista for 0, honestly. Just like want to hit actual cards on my top of my deck. Let it resolve. Yeah, with 2 Forges in play and the ability to activate them, I think I just want to get this Ballista off so I can cast more zeros. Do I draw this Cavern? We could eventually find an Opal and try, or a Diamond and try to kill them. Uncounterable Salvagers seems like pretty solid here. Unfollow to trigger the thing, can you? I didn't hear the notification. I see a notification that says Oritard has followed. Did the little thing pop up? I think I do want to draw this Cavern. Hits us our 4th mana again. I think we'll just... Hang on. No, I want to cycle this Bauble right now to draw the Cavern and then potentially exile garbage off the top of this other Forge. Now we have a lot of artifacts. We could potentially get elked and then only have 2 artifacts. That kind of sucks, but... There's that force we knew about. Cool. No, we kind of want to draw that Bauble. But like, if there's another land under there, we just get like a free Forge activation there. feel like they're digging desperately for like an Oko to deal with these forges and shit. They have 3 uncounterable salvagers, so if we ever find an LED, like, they are hard pressed to answer all this stuff. Counterbalance. Woof. That's a bad one to see. Just actual factual counterbalance, huh? Probably means my zeros are being countered for the rest of the game. Maybe I don't want this Ursus Bobble. Yeah, I kind of don't want to draw this Ursus Bobble anymore. Am I okay with the City of Traders? Probably. Well, there's an LED, so I'll cast it and then be sad, because they're going to definitely counter it. Yeah, shocker. They have 6 cards in hand. Yeah, we can't really actually draw anything relevant. Am I supposed to just, like, throw shit off the top of my deck? What am I digging for, though? Like, the only other things we want are, like, Mentors. Or, Karns. We just have to, like, crunch through all these Force of Wills. I guess I just want to start playing out Salvagers. Just don't know if I'm, like, utilizing these forges to their best ability. What am I trying to dig for here? They have a bunch of, like, forces and stuff in hand. They're drawing a million cards from the chase. They're always leaving a land on top to counter my stuff. To counter my zeros. My zeros are just never going to resolve. Yeah, I think I just want to get these baubles off the top of my deck. Yeah, much better with a Mentor in play, that's for sure. Because now we can just cast zeros and, like, trigger Mentors at least. Yeah, this is fine. We got 2 more where that came from. 6 mana, so we actually currently can't, like, Mentor plus play a thing, but we'll see the top card of our deck, and if it's a 0, we can just, like, cast Mentor and chuck stuff. Just have to force them to answer all of our stuff and hope that our Mystic Forge draw engine is better than my opponent's Jace draw engine. They're also, like, probably floating a Terminus, though, to really get me. So, yeah, let's just cast Mentor, cast LED here. Actually turned off our Opal, notably. Not that it really matters here. But it could have. Wait, they didn't reveal 0? Could I have potentially won this? We still could win this. We can actually cast the Salvagers here. Hold on, are we... No, they have the Force Will. They can Force Will my Salvagers because we tapped our Cavern. So I think I'm just casting everything into... I'm just making a gigantic Mentor board, I guess is my plan. And hope they don't Terminus me. Why didn't they float a 0 this turn? What the heck? Did they float a 4 planning on countering the recast Forge or something? I did not plan for this. There's another planes. We could... I think we might just want to jam a Mystic Forge. No, because we know they have a 4 on top, right? They have to, so we don't want to jam any of our stuff here. We just pass the turn and see what happens next, I guess. We could cast the Mystic Forge for just another Mentor trigger. We could run out the city if we want more mana. We might play the Snow-Covered Plains next turn, though. How much mana would we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So actually, we might want to double 4-drop. So yeah, playing the city here is probably correct. Because we potentially want 8 mana next turn. This is Brainstorm for setting up Terminus here. And then they're going to go back to having a 0 on top, I imagine. Yep. Surprise. Fate Sealing me. So they already brainstormed, so they know their top card, so I guess that might be a 0. Oh, they get to see my top card, which is funny. They'll leave it there. Shocker. Fate Sealing not super effective with a Mystic Forge in play, that's for sure. Guess we'll crack this bauble. Yeah, it's not doing anything here. We want to draw cards. Oh, this is a main 2. Whoops. Draw 2 lands. I wanted to test the waters for a 0 here. Guess we activate this forge. Exile the tomb. Cool. Could just like play another Mystic Forge. I hate just waiting though. I guess we could just play the Salvagers for... Yeah, we could just cast the second Mystic Forge. We have enough mana to play those Salvagers afterwards, right? If they like counter my Forge, then we actually try to get them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. All right. I'm spending a lot of time in this game 1. It's very confusing. Jace the Mind Sculptor. Alright, so they probably have a Plow to kill me here, right? If I just play land drop Salvagers, Bomberman them. They have 5 cards in hand. They're down 2 Plows. Do I just have to go for it? Maybe I should have just like double Salvager tried to kill them here. No, we have exact mana and they have a Forcible in hand. So we can't actually go off anyway. So we just have to pass. Because if we crack LED and buy it back and cast it again, they just force a little LED because we'll have 1 mana floating. We play land and have exactly enough mana. So yeah, let's pass the turn. Opponent keeps floating a 4, which is like kind of wild. I guess that means they just have answers to Salvagers and they're only concerned about like Karn, but they can counter the Karn. I don't know. I think I'm burning too much time on this game that like realistically I'm not going to win. Like if I need to Bomberman combo them and like actually still win this game, I probably can't even win the match. Yeah, there's the Brainstorm. I think they played both last turn and this turn might have just been like double Salvagers trying to kill. But double Salvagers doesn't do it because they can always counter the second Salvagers. There's a Mentor. I guess we're fine waiting then? We're not fine. We're just like slowly getting buried by all their stuff. 'Cause, 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 buy back a bauble. Or like a walking ballista, I guess. Maybe I do just buy back a bauble. They're just letting it happen. It's just like, is it just supreme bait? Am I getting just like super baited? I think I just have to go for it, right? We have 10 minutes left on the clock. Like, we're not winning this game, so I think I just have to try to kill them. And then they just, like, plow. They've seen half their deck. Yeah, we're just gonna go for it. They just plow the salvagers in response here and we just concede. Or the counterbalance triggers here. Force of negation, that doesn't do it. Oh no, it does, because I can force of will this diamond. Yeah. If I hadn't, like, tested, did they not have an answer that whole time? If I hadn't, like, tested the waters by, like, picking up that bauble for no reason, could we have actually killed there? Am I missing something? Did they just, like, actually not have it? Maybe I was just, like, too chicken. Alright, cool. Burned way too much time on that game anyway. We have 10 minutes left. Game 2. Yeah, definitely could have been playing it too safe. Maybe that turn we just had to go for it. Like, if they have the counterballs on 0, we're dying. Maybe I'm supposed to just try to kill them. Twins 1568. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Let's cut some fast mana stuff here. And a bauble, say go. Yeah, we don't want to play the games fast. Like, I can't realistically combo kill my opponent if they make me play it out. It's been it was an interesting game. I feel like I shouldn't I think I was like, I might have like talked myself out of lines that could have potentially won me games, because from my vantage point, the game was unwinnable. My opponent had a Force of Will in hand and could have floated a 0 for the whole game, but they kept floating 4 instead. So, like, in my brain, I was like, I can't win. My opponent's just going to have a counterbalance on 0 for the whole game, and, like, they're going to counter my Karn or whatever, and I'm just going to lose. But maybe I should have been like, hey, if my opponent's not floating a 0, maybe we just try to kill them. This hand sucks a lot. This hand's much better. Thinking too much. Yeah, maybe we just thought too much. I'll keep this. And bottom the second Salvagers. Turn 2 Chalice, turn 3 4-drop, pretty good. Sometimes it's important to sit and try to consider those options. But sometimes you can't. Like, sometimes you just have to make the decision of, I'm not beating this, so let's play as if they don't have it. Chalice on wanting on turn 1 is really good, but not worth it here. Because we have to burn our city, and then we can't cast any of our 4-drops. I much prefer to just cast this Chalice on 1 on turn 2, and then cast a 4-drop on turn 3. Is this match 4 or match 5 that we're playing? I think match 5. Sure. The Labe. Yeah, we could, like, play a turn 2 Karn or something, but I don't really care. I think just jamming this Chalice is better anyway. Yep. Force pitching counterbalance is very good for me. Very bad for me if they have a second counterbalance. But it's a possibility that was just their worst blue card in that hand. I'll just jam the Karn here. Nice. Mystic Sanctuary is a tapped island. You love to see it. Go get him, Karn. Wow, this was resolved, huh? We can cast or we can actually just try to Salvager's Kill next turn. So let's just wish for an LED. Actually, Oko is kind of bad for me. I didn't think about that until just now. If they have third land, Oko, Elk their Astrolabe, punch this thing. That's sucks a lot of shit, but we're kind of in it now. Grab this LED and say go. Because we don't have a payoff for the Salvagers, so even if we tried to Bomberman them, we don't have a avenue to kill them afterwards. They could just plow my Salvagers here, which they can't play my Salvagers. Oh, now they can play my Salvagers because they have the fetch land. But we can also just cast. We can just make them answer a. Although then we have to be concerned about Snapcaster Mage. I'm thinking too long again. Because now I have to be worried about like Snapcaster Mage if I try to Lattice them, but I'm worried about Plow if I try to Salvagers them. I'm thinking way too long. What's my play here? Is it... Might just be play the Salvagers, play out the LED, play my land, play the Petal, leave the Karn until after they try to plow the Salvagers. Do something after that. Play this other Cavern on Construct here, discard my whole hand. Construct. Yeah, and they play on response. We have enough mana to actually lattice them after this, don't we? This was, like, easily the line. Nice. Got him. Play it out for time. Man, animate this Magazine Blast and hit you a bunch. There we go. Nice. Yeah, should have counted up that line. That was like by far and away the best line. They can play, yes, they can play lands and cast nothing and die to a 6/6 over 4 turns. Over 3 turns, realistically, because we hit them 3 times, and we can, like, wish for a Ballista and shoot them for 1. Because they'd be at 1 after 3 hits. I'm not familiar with all Legacy was the artifact. Which artifact that we played? The Lion's Eye Diamond? Or Mycos and Platis? Because Mycos and Platis sees a ton of modern play, so it's pretty realistic. Lion's Eye Diamond, especially if the online art Lion's Eye Diamond, maybe a little bit more unknown. It's a Black Lotus that you have to discard your hand for. Not Lotus. We had Lotus Petal, we had Lion's Eye Diamond. Didn't sack that many other things. recording. I think this is just our plan. We have enough time that we may be able to like ballista them out, depending on like when the salvager's kill happens. Kind of just depends on how this game plays out. But realistically, our plan A is probably just lattice them again, or just like have the dumb mentor starts or something. I'll keep this. This says turn 2 Karn, turn 3 Salvagers. If we draw Petal, it's a turn 1 Karn. Oko. I want to see Oko. Hopefully they don't play an Astrolabe this turn. Okay, that's better for me at least. If they can't haste in a sneaky guy. Oh, that's good. Yep, force pitch Jace, sure. If they tap out for Oko, we can do the slow kill, which is bad because we only have 6 minutes left on the clock. We can go Cavern, Diamond, Opal, slow Bomberman kill, draw a bunch of cards off the Mishra's Bauble here. Probably just has to be the line. So we only have 6 minutes, so I'm not going to be looking at chat or anything. Realistically, we want to draw a lot of cards here so we can win through the Oko the following turn. What is one where we keep looping? So we're paying 2 mana from the Auriok Salvagers to return an artifact. CMC 1 or less to our hand. And lines that diamond taps for, or cracks for 3 mana. So it nets 1 mana every time. Oh, I guess you're asking about how we kept getting it back to our hand. The Auriok Salvagers. So how many cards do I want to draw here? Like 10? Maybe more? Because they can elk my Salvagers, so we don't have the Bomberman kill set up anymore. So realistically, we want to find a second Salvagers. But we also need to have enough time that if we do end up Salvagersing again, then we have... How do we draw here? We have a Mishra's Bauble that will use all of our mana to keep rebuying and reactivating. I think we're just going to draw 13 cards here and stop. I think we are kind of forced to based on our clock. They are really drawing that Ponder next turn. Storm count 44 go. Yeah, classic. Oh, Juno Salvager is nice. We actually didn't find a Ballista, which is really awkward. We did find a Mentor, but Mentors can be Terminist. Yeah, no Karn, no Ballista. Might just, like, Mentor Chalice and, like, loop some number of times to just make a board state. Yep, you get to elk my thing. Oh, they took my thing. Oh, that's fair, too. Kind of forgot that was a thing they could do, but sure. Hey, there's the Ballista. Alright, so we think we should be fine with 2 minutes 40 seconds. Can we do it? I don't think we actually can. They have 4 cards in hand. I think we actually do have to go for the Mentor line. Maybe I was supposed to actually cycle this cast out, too. Yeah, we could have killed them this turn, but I think I'm going for the line that can actually beat my own clock. Yeah, sure. We're at 10. They really want me to time out, huh? Elk. They might even just elk my monk so I can't infinite prowess it. No, they just make a food, sure. Mystic Sanctuary back. The Force of Negation, sure. Fairy Time Raveler, sure. Bounce my monk, sure. Siren is Force of Negation, nothing. Oh, that's not the thing. There's another Mentor. We have 4 here, so we're not dead. Still don't think we can win here, but we're gonna fucking try. Yeah, no, we can't do it. A little bit too little time. Drilled around too much. Yeah, we're just dead. Dang. Oh, and they get their Oko back here. Yeah. Oh, no, they don't. Sure. They're just, like, making sure they don't, like, die to something random. Yeah, whatever. Alright, well, we'll take it. Yeah. What, they even plow there? Weird. I think Moto might have glitched out there. Oh, no, they had Chalice, yeah. Unfortunate. Yeah, sometimes you get that run of you don't win because you burn a bunch of time. But I don't really care because it's just for leagues, so it's not a big deal. Realistically, we 4-1 there, which is fine. Like, we just actually like killed them like 7 turns ago. I think I could have played... I think I might have still been able to win if even with like burning that time. I think I got greedy. I should have just played the Chalice first and then just like cast 2 Mentors and a Bauble, and then I probably would have been fine. But yeah, not too upset about it. We still crushed them. Our loss was to Delver. Delver's been a tricky matchup, and it's just been a tricky matchup for this deck for a while. Feels like pretty even. Sometimes you get got. Like, our game 3 against Lewis, we got by, like, with the Brazen Borrower, right? We were, like, pretty safe from a lot of other things. So, yeah, this deck has performed very well. Pretty happy with the results. Does Bomberman have the worst monocolored mana base? Probably, yeah. We have, what? 1, 2. We have 8 white lands to cast our white spells that can't be caverned. I guess we have like petals and opals and sometimes LED to cast your other white cards. But I did manage to choose the only monocolor deck that has a worse mana base than Death and Taxes. Certainly. So let's find someone to host here. Do you play Legacy mainly? Yep, I play a lot of Legacy. Mainly this deck and Death and Taxes. Find someone to host. Who's playing? What's the tier of bad monocolored mana? I don't know what even comes after. Oh dang, they're online. Clicked on someone who was. Oh, they've been alive. Wait, these uptimes can't be right. So this guy's been uptime for 12 hours. Doesn't seem right. Who can we even host? There's so many people streaming Cube. I kind of wonder how Julian did. Yeah, I don't know if he beat Autumn or not. I started streaming before they finished. Legacy Cubos. Yeah, we'll send you to someone watching Cube as soon as this loads. There are a lot of people streaming. Pauper Cube is acceptable too. I don't think Pauper Cube is up, right? It's Vintage Cube right now. Anything but Pioneer. All right, let's go host. No, okay, no. MTG Streams is fucking up. MTG Streams thinks everybody's live. It doesn't think anyone ever went down. I think because there are people that have been streaming for like 11 hours, and if I click on them, they're just not streaming. MTG Streams is not helping me out, so we'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Let's go find someone that's actually streaming. Oh, it looks like they're still playing. Jeez. Julian and Autumn are still playing, so let's go host. Let's just go host. The LPL. You guys can watch the end of that. It's Julian. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you had a good time. Go check out how Julian and Autumn finish up in the LPL. As always, if you like my content, follow, subscribe, donate. I do donation deck lists, etc., etc. But I'll be back on Friday for another Legacy stream. See you guys all later.